Okay, so let's make a Metal Slug attack GIF. You will need, well, first you'll probably want this, my OBM converter, link in the description. That will get you the sprite sheets from the game, out of which most of my animations are put together from. You will need a recording of whatever it is you want to animate. This time I'm going to do the idle animation for the Mummy Warrior. You can see a few other ones I got planned here. You will want a copy of paint.net, and I also use Jasc Animation Shop, which is very old now and not free, but what the heck, there are plenty of other programs out there if you can't get your hands on that one. Right, so first we want to know the exact sprite ordering used in the Mummy Warrior's idle animation. To get that, let's skip ahead in the video to the moment I enter the action view screen. That's the very first frame there of his idle animation. So I use Media Player Classics file menu to save that frame to disk. Then using the right arrow on my keyboard, I advance a frame, I save the image. Advance a frame, I save the image. You can see down the bottom it's saving. Advance, advance, save image. File, save image. File, save image. File, save image. File, save image. I'm not actually sure how many frames are in the animation. But if I jump into my list of screenshots, I haven't actually hit the final frame again yet. Advance, oops, oh hey, there it is. Yep, that's a match, so I've got all the frames. Close the player. Now, what I do, I select all the images that I've saved, drag the whole lot into paint.net and add layers. Hey presto, there's the first image, there's the last image. We resize these images. In my case I go to 569 by 320. I do that because I've got a 1920 by 1080 phone display. If you've got a different aspect ratio, you might need to do the maths to switch to something different. Ask me in the comments if you get stuck with that. And now I've got the Mummy Warrior depicted at the exact same resolution as the original sprites. Mummy Warrior. Open the image. If I just grab a random warrior and paste him in, you can see he's exactly the same size, but he doesn't quite have the same set of blurriness around him that comes from taking screenshots. He's the original sprite. Now I select my background, Control A, and delete it. That's now a transparent layer. I now run through and add transparent layers between all the frames. Add. Then I go through and disable visibility on all of them. Alright, take the background layer of the first frame, take the working layer on top of that. I need to find the frame that matches in the sprite sheet, and that's very easy in this case because it's right up here in the top left corner. And I paste into that layer and I stick it directly on top of the sprite in the screenshot. Go to the next layer, repeat, and yes, it's directly underneath. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and just drop them straight on top in the layer above. And this line. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. I accidentally got a pixel. Delete that, not a worry. Next frame. It's probably this one. Copy, paste. Line it up. Easy. And this one, I think. Nope. Must be this one. Control Z to undo. Accidentally dragged when I want to select. Copy, paste. And that one. Things get rather a lot more complex if I'm dealing with certain units. Professor, for example, each frame is made up of multiple separated sprites in the original sheet. What's going on here? That layer is identical to the one underneath it, so I can delete that. I accidentally screen capped more than I wanted. Okay. So now I've got all the frames of the animation in the correct order. I run through, I delete the screenshots from the image. Go down to the background layer and flood fill that. Now, to get the dimensions of our animation, very easy. We just drag a selection rectangle right over the whole thing. We just want to try and get it to match the bounds of the image exactly. I can see every frame of the animation at once at the moment because everything's ticked. So I know that the whole animation is encompassed in this one selection rectangle. Now what I do, I go through and I undo the visibility on all the layers except for the bottom one. I use the edit menu to copy merged. That gets me the image and the green background underneath it, which I can paste directly into Animation Shop. Right click the image, insert some frames that are empty. We'll get about 20 empty frames. Control E lets us paste into the currently selected frame. Untick that, tick the second frame, copy merged. Control E. Next layer, edit, copy, merged. Control E. Next layer, edit, copy, merged. Something like the Pharaoh's Ark is significantly harder to put together. That animation has got something like, I don't know, 10 different sprites, and they're all animating at different speeds. So that's the last frame. Zoom right out, select all the excess frames, delete. If I zoom in out, we've got a 7-frame animation. Right click, view animation. Now timing. This I just do by eye. I go back to the Mummy Warrior video. You can actually see that they're already playing exactly the same speed. So 10 frames per second. Control A to select all the frames. Animation, replace color. Old color is green. Oi. Replace color. Old color. Oh, I need to click in the animation, not the preview. So I eyedropper green to replace with transparency. Normally I would just paste the original transparent frame straight in. This Animation Shop software is so old it will not accept the transparent information from paint.net, which is why I have to copy merge to get the green background. If I just do a straight up copy, then it will assume the transparency from paint.net is white, and that's no good to me because he uses white in his torch there. So if I downscale him to 1:1, he looks like that. Save as. Mummy Warrior MSA idle. Save. Blah blah blah. Select the animation, resize to 200% size so you can actually see them. Save as, and the big folder. And that's the one I'll actually upload onto the wiki. And that's all there is to it. If I go to my animations folder and there he is.